Good morning. Today we will discuss the topic drum matches baton. During the march past or parade, the leader or the major holds a baton which rotate in various pattern, and in between throws up and catches without falling down. Just look at the motion. The baton rotates and throws up. This figure shows the various batons. In the ancient times, this is used as the baton. It is made of gold. In this, there is two balls at the ends, and after that, made of silver, baton made of silver also used. But recently, these types here only one ball at one end and a rod. This type is used. But to analyze our studies, but for our discussion, we consider this type were two masses that are separated by a thin rod of length L. A drum matches baton consists of two masses M1 and M2 separated by a thin rod of length L. The baton is thrown to air. We have to find the baton center of mass and the equation of motion for the center of mass. This is the baton. There is two masses M1 and M2 that is separated by a distance L. The position vector to M1 is taken as R1 and the position vector to M2 is taken as R2. Then we know that the position vector between or the vector or the distance between distance between these two, or the vectors between these two must be equal to r1 minus r2. Okay, and in this figure we assume the center of mass that will lie between this line at any point. Let it be this one, any point. Or we know that if m1 and m2 are same, it will be at the midpoint, and if m1 is greater, then the point will be near to m1. Okay, here we consider this is the here we assume this is the center of mass, and from the center of mass the distance to m1 is taken as r1 dash, and the distance to the mass m2 is taken as r2 dash. From the definition of center of mass, we can write the center of mass r is equal to, what is the expression of r? Expression of r is equal to summation over j mj rj divided by summation j mj. Here only two masses, then m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. Here we neglected the mass of the thin rod. And it is sure that the center of mass will lie along line joining of m1 and m2. To prove the center of mass lie along the line joining of m1 and m2, we consider the figures. From the figure we can write r1 dash vector is equal to, r1 dash is equal to what? r1 vector, let us see, r1 vector minus capital R, minus capital R, and r2 dash vector is equal to r2 vector minus capital R. And we also know that we have the value of R as R is equal to what? M1 R1, M1 R1 plus M2 R2 divided by M1 plus M2. So first we find R1 dash. R1 dash is equal to R1 vector minus, here it is the R1 vector and here it is R2 vector. Then R1 vector minus R. What is the value of R here? It is equal to M1 R1 vector plus M2 R2 vector divided by M1 plus M2. Okay. That is equal to R1 vector minus M1 R1 vector divided by M1 plus M2 minus, we remove the bracket, then M2 R2 vector divided by M1 plus M2. That is equal to, we multiplying the equation throughout, we multiplying the equation throughout by M1 plus M2 and dividing by the same quantity, then it can be written that M1 plus M2 into R1 vector minus M1 R1 vector minus M2 M2 R2 vector all divided by M1 plus M2. Okay, then that is equal to, here M1 R1 cancel out, then M1 R1 M2 R1 vector minus M2 R2 vector, then we take M2 outside of the bracket, M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into R1 vector minus R2 vector. Then the magnitude of R1 must be equal to M2 divided by M1 plus M2 modulus of R1 minus R2, or that is equal to M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into L. L is the length of the pattern. And in the similar way, we can obtain R2 dash vector is equal to R2 vector minus M1 R1 vector plus M2 R2 vector divided by M1 plus M2, that is equal to R2 vector minus M1 R1 vector divided by M1 plus M2 minus M2 R2 vector divided by M1 plus M2. That is equal to M1 plus M2 into R2 vector minus M1 R1 vector minus M2 R2 vector whole divided by M1 plus M2. So M2 R2 vector cancel out. Then the remaining quantities M1 into M1 into R2 vector minus R1 vector. Divided by M1 plus M2, that is equal to express it as R1 minus R2, I write minus M1 divided by M1 plus M2 into R1 vector minus R2 vector. Then R2 dash that is equal to minus M1 divided by M1 plus M2 into A. So we can, from this we can conclude that the center of mass lies along the line joining of M1 and M2. Now we write the equation of the motion. Here we neglecting the air resistance. So the only force acting on the mass is gravitational force. Then the total force F is equal to, F is due to the gravitation force. Then F must be equal to, F is equal to M1 G plus M2 G. Then the equation of motion for the center of mass is equal to M1 plus M2 R double dot is equal to m1 plus m2 into G. Or R double dot is equal to G. This is the equation of motion for the center of mass. Integrating this equation twice, we can also obtain the center of mass, the expression for center of mass in terms of G and T. So before going to the integration, we must say that the center of mass follows a parabolic trajectory of a single mass in a uniform gravitational field. It can be proved by integrating this. Just look at the integration. Integrating this once, we will get R dot must be equal to GT, and integrating once more, we will get R is equal to GT square divided by 2. Okay, look at the quantity. R is equal to GT square by, here R is the position and T is the time. Then it is a parabola. R is proportional to T square. It expresses a parabolic path. So we know that y square is equal to 4ax. It is expression for parabola. So it is a similar one we will obtain. So it represents a parabola. So we can say that the center of mass follows the parabolic trajectory as a single mass move in a uniform gravitational field.